It's time for Rules Changes with RW, Episode 1, Free Agent Tiers and You. So I think I'd like to explain the system that we've used in the past, just to set the backdrop to describe any changes. If we take last year, for example, there are about 240 players that got a bid in free agency, and that happened across 8 tiers. So the way that those tiers were developed was the players were grouped by their primary position and then ranked within each position by their wins above replacement in recent years. So the players within each position that had a higher wins above replacement or WAR would go in earlier tiers, and then lower ranked players would go later and later and later. And there'd be a tier at the end to group probably non-drafted rookies or just players that didn't see that weren't assigned a tier initially. The main change, and really the only change that's being proposed, is how those tiers are assigned. Instead of going by war order, we would group players by their primary position and then assign them to tiers randomly. That randomization will be done on a live video, probably hosted by SJ, just to make sure there's no shenanigans going on. I think he would envision us having same 8 tiers. We'd have about 30 players per tier, and that would include within those tiers and within those 8 tiers, that would include some of those junk players, right? So instead of all those players going at the end, they'd be scattered throughout. This might result in the biggest Conan guys going in the first tier just randomly. They may get assigned to tier 8. So it would change our strategy. It would change our approach to free agency. And it would probably more accurately represent the way that it happens in MLB. We don't see all of the heavy hitters going all at once and then the second tier players and then the third grouping. Players tend to get assigned as needs come up and as agents decide that they've negotiated the best place for their players. So that's the proposal underway, in summary, to just group players into tiers randomly rather than in war order. Sounds simple enough. Ask any questions below or in chat or to email. Thanks.